We've all been to different fundraising conferences where we've all listened to 3 or 4 different fundraising speakers, usually with hundreds of people in the audience. That's great, but it dawned on me that there are many fundraisers there who've got plenty of expertise and experience that we never get to hear about. We only get to hear about them in the coffee breaks for 5-10 minutes. I thought, why not turn it around and have the audience as the speakers at an event? And out of that idea came Fundraising Camp. Fundraising Camp is unlike all other conferences where you sit quietly, politely in an audience, listening to the great and the good at the front with all their expertise, which is useful, but this turns it round. It's you, the audience, you are the experts, you're the ones with experience. So we've got 60 people here today, all of them sharing ideas, experiences, good experiences and bad experiences, and lessons that they've learned in their fundraising. Very shortly, I'll be asking you to come up and stick some ideas on some notes, post-it notes, and we'll come up with what we're going to talk about today. At the moment, we don't know.
I'm just hopeless at big conferences. If I'm in a big conference, I will go and have lunch and I'll sit in a corner and I need somebody to come up and talk to me. Here, you just find yourself somehow being infected by the idea of just kind of bubbling around and talking to people.
It's quite unknown. So when I arrived, I didn't know what to expect at all. And I was a bit daunted by the prospect of presenting on something, but it hasn't really been like that. It has been more collaborative and people just having a discussion and thrashing things out.
It's, you know, really organic conversation and people just kind of bounce off each other. So it kind of can be about one topic, but if it's not that relevant for you, then the topics kind of quickly change and it kind of keeps you on your toes.
We're discussing things that are really relevant to us. We're asking honest questions, sharing experiences, learnings, challenges, frustrations, things we're excited about. There's just lots going on, and then each room is very different to the last.
People seem to be very open about sharing their stories and experiences, talking about real examples of what they've done. I haven't noticed anybody keeping anything back.
Well, I think the nice thing about the charity sector is that everyone's working towards the same thing, and so you can share things, and it's not the same as being in the corporate sector, and it's really nice to come together and means that we go away and we can raise more money for our particular causes without detracting from anyone else, so everyone's very happy to share.
I'm quite new to fundraising, so for me it's invaluable to speak to people at all different levels of their career. So you've got really experienced people who you can learn from, and then you've got people who are kind of at the same stage as me, kind of trying to find their way a little bit.
In a sense, the big conferences are just too big. I mean, so to be able to come here, it's really kind of fun because you can actually just sit down, have some fun. There's lots of smiling and laughing going along, and actually pick up some of the stuff that's just interesting.
Today was the first one in Oxford. I chose Oxford because that's where my fundraising career started, as a volunteer student and then as my first paid fundraising job. But we do plan to take it around the country to many different towns and cities, particularly the smaller ones that don't get their own fundraising conferences or events. So if you've got an idea for a session or for a town that you'd like to see a fundraising camp, do get in touch with us. Fundraising Camp is coming to you soon.
Kanisa litajengwa na si vijana, kanisa litajengwa na si vijana. Iyo 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 kanisa litajengwa na wa imani, kanisa litajengwa na wa imani. Iyo 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 kanisa litajengwa na waombao, kanisa litajengwa na waombao. Iyo iyo
Askofu Mkuu, ninasikitika sana leo. Wanasiasa tumekuwa na mtindo, tunaenda kwa mazishi ndio twende kupiga siasa. Leo nikiangalia siwaoni, sababu ni siku ya kuchanga pesa. Lakini kama ni mambo ya mazishi, wanaenda pale mdomo kaya ndio wapige siasa. Waje hapa ili waadhirishe uongozi, tujenge kanisa. Asiyeko na lake, basi muangalie wale wako hapa, wale ambao hawako na lao halipo. Basi nitachukua nafasi hii nafikiri kumkaribisha Naibu Waziri Mkuu ili apate kuongea na watu wa Taita Taveta County, na pia watu walioko hapa watakuombea. Ni wacha waungu, ni watu wanajua kuomba sana, kama vile Bishop amesema, tutakuombea. Haya, tujitayarishe, tumpigie makofi moja.
Wakristiano wenzangu, hamjambo nyote? Hamjambo tena? Mimi yangu tu ni kusema ya kwamba niko na furaha siku ya leo kuwa pamoja nanyi, tukiwa tumekuja kwa mchango wa kuanza cathedral mpya hapa katika kaunti ya Taita Taveta. Yangu tu ni kusema ya kwamba niko na furaha kuwa pamoja nanyi, tukiwa hapa siku ya leo, haswa kufanya kazi ya Mwenyezi Mungu, kumjengea nyumba, na pia kuhakikisha ya kwamba Injili na jina lake litaendelea kutukuzwa miaka mingi tukienda mbele. Na sisi wenyewe ambao tuko hapa tutakumbukwa vile Bishop amesema, na wale ambao watakuja nyuma, ya kwamba ulikuwa wakati ambapo Wakristiano walikaa pamoja na wakafanya kazi ya kumtumikia na kuhakikisha ya kwamba neno lake litaendelea kuishi milele na milele.
1 million, makofi moja. Tena. Hui. 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 Bwana siwe. Na mweke kafaniji. Haya, ketini tupokee za kusindikiza, alafu zinahesabiwa. Sasa I don't know how you do this one, but there you are. Haya. Hebu sikilizeni kutoka kwa Minister for Finance. Anasindikiza mzee na cheki hapa ya 500,000. Haya, Mheshimiwa MP wetu Bwana Mwazo anasindikiza mchango wa president na 50,000. Makofi yake. Na mwana Canon Madoka, Mazini Madoka Meja anasindikiza na 30,000. Na mwana ndugu Mwale, najua niliwahubiria nikiwa mbali, ndiposa nilimjua huyu. It's good to be a preacher, you know everybody. Mzee Mwale huyu mkilimo 1 2 4 40,000.
Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Bwana asifiwe. Wamama hai. Asanteni sana. Basi nimetumwa na mama yetu, dada yetu, Mheshimiwa Shaban, anamsindikiza Deputy Prime Minister pamoja na Mheshimiwa Rais na shilingi 20,000. Yuko safarini, yuko China, lakini amesema tuko pamoja, tutajenga cathedral pamoja na yeye. Bwana asifiwe sana.
Hi and welcome to Causes. What is Causes and who is this site for? Perhaps you are a charity looking to raise extra funds. Do you need a professional platform that can process and distribute funds properly? Perhaps you are a school wishing to raise money from parents for a special upcoming event or excursion, or simply for donations. Maybe you're an individual who needs financial assistance from the general public for medical treatments. Perhaps there's been a death in the family and you want a way to raise much needed money for a proper funeral from those that were closest to them. Perhaps you would prefer to receive money from friends and family for that honeymoon holiday instead of receiving gifts. Or are you a good soul who wants to raise funds for a worthy charity that might be involved in saving tigers from extinction or dolphins from senseless slaughter? Whatever you may be needing or wanting to raise money for, you can now do it via Causes and actually make a difference in the world you live in. So the next time you see a Facebook post that talks about dogs being stripped of their fur while still alive, you can set up your own fundraiser and then direct all those people to it and really get behind the cause and actually become part of the solution. Why not get started with Cause today? It's completely free to join. Or perhaps you'd like to simply choose one of the existing causes and make a contribution to the one that is close to your heart. We hope you enjoy using Causes so we can all be part of the solution.